Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Melissa. Today, we are joined by CEO and founder of Executive Shine, Jill Wright. Jill, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, Melissa.
So glad to have you here. Just recently, you were featured in Forbes and Harvard Business because you, for more than 33 years, have been running a business that's being called a love delivery system.
Yes, which is a great term.
Congratulations. That's a pretty big accolade to get. So because of that, I'm super curious. Tell us quickly, what is a love delivery system?
A love delivery system is you using your gifts to make an impact in the world, whether you're doing it personally or professionally. In our case, we do both, but one of the things that people can do is to use their business as a way to make an impact, as a way to have a positive impact on everyone that they touch with their personality or with their business.
I love it. And you've been doing that both individually, so you and your team individually show up and you're making an impact with each client you serve. You're doing it as a corporation, and you help people to be able to understand how to find, kind of define and deliver their own individual system, that love delivery system. So I'm hoping that we could get a little of your insight and your expertise today. How can our listeners find their authentic love delivery system?
Well, first of all, I think they have to, there's a couple ways. I think that if you're quiet and you do the things that give you joy, and you look around and pay attention and make a little list of the things that give you joy. And then as you're doing those things, that's when inspiration comes to you for ways to really make a significant difference in the world. But another thing is that you need to have people around you. One of the things that I think that I do for my people is that I reflect back to them. So if you have people around you that you can just have a connection with, have a conversation with, that can share with you the things that you do so naturally, you often don't realize are a gift. Often people think if you don't have a PhD for a skill set that you have, that it's not a valid skill set. But all of your skill sets are valid, and everything you do can make an impact. So choose the things that give you the most joy. Talk to someone who can reflect back to you the information that the impact you make on their life. Have them share with you.
I love it. And the fact that you just said that, I think that's a really important ingredient, both for myself as a coach, as well as even with this show, the power of reflection becomes really important. And you and I were talking about this before that, for the longest time, I would say that, my love delivery system is impact and supporting others. I call myself a seer. I see the potential in each and every human and what is possible. I see their greatness. I see all that is and can be for them. And yet that can still feel like, well, I don't know what my love delivery system is. I think it's like, I just see you. And so I feel like really certain about what you're capable of. And yet, as we were kind of going through the development of really landing on the title for the show, it has taken several iterations, and I just kind of said, I'm going to give myself permission to listen, to just kind of listen to what feels right, to what's really being responded to. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. I'm just going to allow this to kind of naturally evolve. And it was interesting, the reflection from the audience, the reflection of the content that we would just share little bits out just on social media. So again, if I'm thinking about somebody that can mirror or reflect, we kept hearing positive, positive, positive. You are so positive. This is so positive. Thank you for your positivity. Thank you. And that all of a sudden gave me a new lens of awareness of, oh, that's part of my love delivery system. I don't even know. I don't set out to say, I'm going to go be positive today, right? Like, I don't
Right.
consciously
It's in
know.
your DNA.
Yeah. And so I love what you're saying is our love delivery system is truly in our DNA. It's something that we may not be conscious of, yet we unconsciously do it effortlessly all the time. And that's what's really powerful. That's what's really
Absolutely.
Man. So when did you know that your love delivery system was love?
I think a couple reasons. I got feedback from customers. They're like, you have no idea how the things that you do have inspired me to make changes in my business, to pay attention to my family. I didn't realize that I wasn't doing that. And so when you see that listening and loving people in the form of listening can be a love delivery system. Singing, laughing, being funny, all of those skills that you have that are so natural to you are your love delivery system. That's the way that you deliver happiness to the world. And so I think through this experience, what we're going through right now, that people are realizing what they have to give that is not financial. So I think that that's a great opportunity for really people to realize how much beauty and how much genius there is within them that they can share with the world. And that's why we're here, to learn from each other and to share those things that are just natural to us. And that's how we come together. That's our puzzle piece. Some things are easy for me, some things are easy for you, and here's how we help each other and connect. Not by me being you or you trying to be me, but we being fully embodied in who we are and owning our skill set.
I love that. And you just said it. It's about me being me, you being you, and also seeing how we connect, how we can collaborate, how we can commune and lift one another up through our own love delivery systems. And Jill, this is really such an important message, because I do believe that whether we think we're being humble, whether we think it's just like a good trait, a lot of people will dismiss their own greatness. And I think it's also in part because we've been led to believe an illusion idea that it has to be something really, really, really big. It has to be something that's going to flash on a billboard, right? We have to hit this new level of new invention. And yet the truth, it's just like me kind of having that aha. And, you know, it takes me all the way back to the days when I was in wrestling. And I will never forget, I used to get letters from fans who would say, your smile. I was like, what? And they'd be like, your smile. I'm sick with cancer. I've been going through chemo. My life has been just like not what I had hoped, but I can tune in and I can see your smile, and that changes everything. And I remember feeling like, what? My smile? And it was such a hard, weird kind of aha. And just recently, this positive thing kind of clicking back in. It's like, it's always been there. It's always been there. But we as individuals can easily dismiss our own gifts that have been given. And so if we do, as you have reminded us, to listen and to see the reflection, to see our reflection reflected back to us through the people, the moments, the experiences in life, those reflections where somebody is giving us a clue and a reminder of who we each really are and the beautiful gifts that we each bring. That is when it's not about, like you said, me all of a sudden trying to be you and trying to figure out, well, how do I do that thing that Jill does really well, because that seems to be working and people seem to really like it. I'm not here to be you. You're not here to be me, right? No. We're each here to be our own love delivery system, and that's when we can connect together and truly up-level the positivity, the love, and the possibilities around the globe. Wow. You just And I got to tell you, first of all, I just want to keep saying thank you, because you and I have had so many powerful connections, but it's like everything just locked in with this, because, years ago, one of my favorite quotes has always been the following: "You never know what you think, say, or do today will affect the lives of millions tomorrow. Be a
Oh,
candle
it's so true.
and light the way." And you've just reminded us today that if we are willing to be a candle in our own special way, and if we are willing to deliver our own system, then that's when we can really be a change for the world.
Absolutely.
And that is
And
why you were just featured in
sorry.
Forbes and Harvard Business.
I also just wanted to say, some people people don't think that the things they do make an impact, but I want to just bring up some things that I think have made a big impact. Being your authentic self is huge. Do you remember how big of an impact Alicia Keys made when she took off her makeup?
Yeah. Yeah.
And let people really see her and see that she was such a beautiful person within. And so that, I think, is really important right now, is that people just sharing your authentic self, just not being concerned with what other people think. Share who you really are. That's your biggest gift.
Yeah. Now more than ever. And now more than ever, we have the time,
Yeah.
and the permission. You and I were talking about this. I think the beauty and the reminder that, when we are faced with, whether it's real or imagined, just when our attention is brought to the reminder that life has an end point as we know it in this form. There will be a point where we transition, whether it's from a virus, whether it's from, just our time and we go in our sleep. Who knows what is going to be our point of when we will each transition. And yet, I think when something happens, and now all of a sudden, since it's happening across the globe, we're all kind of expanding our awareness about, gosh, what matters to me? What's important to me?
Absolutely.
Was I working a job that was fulfilling to me? Am I in a relationship that nourishes me? Am I in a relationship with myself that is loving to me? Like all of a sudden, and we're not always getting the answers that we really like or that we wish we were getting, and yet we're getting answers. And that kind of comes back to your first point of being quiet and listening, and the true gift in listening. Because when we listen and we hear, then we're kind of at that point of conscious choice of, well, now what do I want to do with that? And that's when we get to create, and that's when we get to discover.
Yeah.
That's when we get to try on for size, maybe different love delivery systems, and we can begin to tune in and notice what does feel comfortable, what does feel joyful, what does feel good, what does make that impact, so that together we can really show up in new and expanded ways.
Yeah. That's why we're doing soul to soul, because that's the impact. It's your soul impacting the souls of others in a real, authentic way. And I think that's where what we've come down to now is that's what we've got left. And so let's use it for its best, and let's help each other and learn from each other and lift each other up and share our experiences and be vulnerable and authentic and have fun.
Yes. Have fun. I love it. And you may have just heard Jill mention Soul to Soul. It's her upcoming podcast where you'll be able to tune in and listen to more of her insights and her stories of soul to soul connection. Today, Jill, I want to thank you for reconnecting us to our soul of self, soul of service, soul of one another. You're a true gift, my dear friend. It was an honor to share this time today. Thanks for joining our show.
Thank you. What a privilege it is. You are an amazing human. I'm so blessed to have you as a friend.
Likewise. I receive that, and I'm blessed to have you as well. Thank you. And to each and every one of you, I am blessed and grateful and thankful that you have taken the time to tune in and to invest back in yourself. So may you be inspired and reminded of your own love delivery system, thanks to Jill Wright and her beautiful gifts that she has bestowed upon us today. And until next time and next episode, continue, my friends, to go out there and make your positive